Hello everyone and welcome back to another video here on Sam's Crafty Castle, and today we're going for a little bit of a non-traditional Valentine's Day card. So I'm continuing on with what I've already been doing so far this year, and we have our color palette from the color catalog and then a sketch from Pinterest on the other side. Like I said, I've mentioned this pretty much every video so far this year, that I just have a bunch of sketches saved on Pinterest, and I've just been trying to work my way through them. I've been doing this for a while, working my way through the sketches on Pinterest, but I have just been being a little more intentional and trying to remember to share them a little bit more often this year, compared to just doing what I normally do. One thing I want to note, and I'll talk about this again in another video because I'm a couple videos ahead of filming where I am editing. So this weekend I was filming a video and mentioned this a little bit more in detail, I guess, in that video, because I forgot I put it in this one. But I've also started with my color catalog. If you have the electronic version like I do, I don't know if this is the case with the color cubes, but if you have the electronic color catalog version like I did, or the e-reader version, if you will, there's sort of like blank spots on the bottom of each color palette where you can like write things in. So what I've been doing a lot of lately is, just as I'm using them, writing down, in my case, the Gina K colors that match the colors in the color palette. It'll just make it easier going forward for me, like, to not have to guess, I guess. And just to have that reference handy really easily as well. So I am also like super familiar with the Gina K. Actually, no, you know what? We're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna save that for the video where I show that off a little bit more. Anyway, so we're doing this sketch. I thought this sketch was really fun, and definitely getting the all green color palette was like not screaming Valentine's Day at me at all. And I was a little bit nervous about that, honestly, at first. But now that the card is done and like watching the video back and all of that, I actually really, really like how it turned out. And I do have a little guy to send a card to, and I think this one will be good for him. Although I haven't really figured out which Valentine's Day cards are going to who. I had an order in mind, and it basically was just, I had written down a list of everyone who I wanted to send Valentine's Day cards to, and I've just been slowly working my way down the list, but not really necessarily like making them with any one person in mind. So I'll go through them when I'm done, and which I am now. I just finished the last Valentine's Day card this weekend, so when I'm getting ready to mail them, I'll go through them and I will like try to decide who gets what, I guess. So, but I think this one's gonna end up going to one of my nephews. Well, he's my only nephew right now, really. My only nephew on my Valentine's Day card list, at least. So, yeah, that's that. Okay, back to the card a little bit here. A couple things I wanted to mention. So this card has those sort of little notches cut out of it on the bottom, and in a perfect world, I suppose, I would love to use the new Gina K. It came out in November, so maybe it's not new anymore, but she has a new corner notch punch that she came out with in November, and I think that would have been a great tool to have to like cut the little notches in my card there. I don't know if it would actually worked though, because I think you do have to like stick a corner into it. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and look at it because I honestly never really looked at it. But instead, like, I didn't have that, so I just made it work with some circle dies. I do wish I would have picked smaller circle dies though, and I had smaller ones out, and then, no, I think that's too small, and it was a lie. They would have been perfect. So I'm a little bit disappointed in myself for second guessing. But it still works. It still would have looked better, I think, with smaller circles, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll live. Not Earth shattering in the slightest. So I also was just in the mood to play with embossing folders, so I just used an embossing folder just to sort of like jazz up the background a little bit. And the week I filmed this video was the same week that Concord and Ninth had their release, or maybe they were just doing sneak peeks, I don't remember. But I saw this Happy Love Day die from, I just have the shadow, I'm going to cut the words out in a second here, but I saw this Happy Love Day die that was designed by Christina Warner for Concord and Ninth, and I just like really love that sentiment for Valentine's Day, Happy Love Day instead of Happy Valentine's Day. Because really, at the end of the day, I think I've said this in other videos so far in this little Valentine's Day series, that like Valentine's Day to me is more just like Love Day. I know for a lot of, I mean, when I grew up, it was, you know, very like, oh, Valentine's Day is for your significant other, and you know, that kind of thing. Short of the classroom Valentines where you had to give one to everyone in class, you know. But anything else beyond and above that was always a more romantic sort of connotation to Valentine's Day. But I'm finding as I get older, and even in what I see sort of around me and stuff, Valentine's Day is getting to be more about just celebrating love in general, and less about necessarily like romantic love, and that makes me really happy. I really like having the opportunity to just like tell my friends and family that I love them. Not that you should ever like wait for a reason to say that to someone if you know, feel that way. Like, I am a big fan of tell your friends you love them, and so, you know, you don't need a reason, but it's really nice to have a reason sometimes to remind yourself to tell the people that in your life that you love them. I was catching up on some SET classes last weekend, and I really only finished one card off of one class, but and it was a birthday theme to the class, and there was a greeting that said something along the lines of, you know, you were thought about with love today, or just a reminder you were thought about with love today. And I think that greeting is going to get a lot of use from me, because I really like that one. But anyway, I got off track. So I'm just going to glue everything down, and I'm glad I caught up at this spot because I want to talk about this spot. So these little hearts were kind of difficult to glue down, I'm not going to lie to you. So because I'm gluing it to the twine, not to the paper. If it was gluing it to the paper, it would have been fine, but because I'm gluing it to the twine, it does, you have to let it stick a little bit longer. So when you're doing stuff like that, make sure you hold it down a little bit longer so that it actually sticks and doesn't fall off, because I had that happen. The other option you have for this that I think could have been really cool, but I don't have the things for it, is Spellbinders does have, I don't remember if it's a die plate, a hot fill plate, or a press plate, or some combination of the three. I can't remember it right now. But they do have like a fake twine situation, and that could have been really cool there too. But I also don't think it would have looked quite as good. I think with like the notches and the wrapping around thing, I don't think it would have looked as well. It just would have been easier to glue things down to. Also, your reminder to refill your glue bottles, because part of the reason that cuts off there is because my glue bottle was empty and I had to put more glue in it. So in case you need the reminder, because I always forget to fill up mine. See, and this was me going, oh wait, I didn't even have enough glue to fill it up. Honestly, I had to order some more, so I went and grabbed a little one that was a little bit more full of my Connect glue. But if you're like me and tend to forget to like check your adhesives and your glue bottles and things and make sure they're full, and that you actually have stuff to refill them, because I was very much out of Connect glue when I went to refill that bottle and I had to get more. So, just remember to check your adhesives. It's very important. Running out of adhesive is not a good thing. Anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this sort of non-traditional Valentine's Day card, and maybe you'll go play with some non-traditional colors now as well. And that's it. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And I'll see you again soon, and have a crafty day.